Welcome to the Rusted Garden Homestead. I just want to show you a simple way that you can build tunnels inexpensively, and you can use it to put ag fabric over like we did here, and this was done to keep the white butterfly from laying eggs on all of our kale. And this was actually done with posts, and we don't really necessarily like this look. It can be done making hoops with ladder mesh, and I'll show you how to do that and explain it to you. This is a little bit more expensive. People do use the PVC pipe, but that takes a little more work to make the hoops, the half circles. This just tucks right into the ground, and you can pop it out, lays flat. It's very easy to store. If you're on a budget, you can just get T-posts or stakes, and then you would put them maybe every 4 feet or 6 feet, and you could put a tight wire all the way down, and then this would be like a teepee right over here, and that would be okay. And you could put ag fabric down, again, that lets in the sunlight, but you can also, it's middle of October, you could also put down plastic. You can use painter's tarp. You want to get like 4 mil thickness. The higher the number, the thicker it is. Or you can get greenhouse plastic, but you could also make a sort of cold frame or a low tunnel here and extend your growing season. I'll talk about that too in a second. So what is that material? That's a ladder mesh. So ladder mesh comes in different sizes. I get this at Home Depot. They all don't have it, but it's called ladder mesh. It's a masonry product, so you can check out stores that may sell that. Concrete bricks, all that kind of stuff. Looks like a ladder, 8 feet long. And what I'm doing is I'm cutting these in half. You'll need some wire cutters, and it's real easy if I can do it one-handed. And you would just snip it right down the middle. Let's do another one real quick. One-handed's a little bit of a challenge. And then you end up with a piece just like this. You can cut it to any size. You could use the whole piece. It'll be a bigger tunnel, and that means you could grow different size plants, and you could use it again, plastic over this so that you can extend your growing season, or you could use tulle or ag fabric or something like that. And if I can do this one-handed, you can certainly do it without a camera in your hand. And you're just setting up these hoops all the way down, maybe every 3 feet, 4 feet. You could even push it to 5 feet, save some money. And you just push one side in like that, bend the other side down, tuck it in, and you have the hoop that easy. And then again, when you pop it out, it's going to lay flat. It's very, very easy to store. Just wanted to give you a close-up of using the ag fabric, or you could use tulle. Ag fabric has UV protection, so it's going to last many years. Tulle, what you buy at a fabric shop, that doesn't have UV protection and may only last a season or two. But look at the kale. There are no holes in there. This is keeping away butterflies and moths that lay eggs on the brassicas, and things look pretty good. These are pieces. We use this actually to cover up the trees here at Freetown Farm to protect them from the cicadas. So we just repurposed them, and we just put in T-posts all the way down, and you know, you get the idea. And with the tent design, the hoop design, if it rains, well, number one, rain will go through this fabric, so it will water it. If it was plastic, the water will run off to the side. If it snows, it will go off to the side. Same with the hoop. This way you don't get the weight of snow and water pooling on top of your plastic. Ag fabric is perfectly fine. You don't have to worry about that. Just wanted to give you an idea of how this is working. So let's just say that this wire hoop, this ladder mesh, measures 4 feet. The material that you will use to cover it has to be 4 feet to cover from here to here. If you had a 6 foot hoop, you would need 6 feet of material from the end all the way over, and then you want an additional foot coming out this side, an additional foot coming out this side. So let's say this is 4 feet. You would need 4 feet to cover the hoop, a foot there, that's 6 feet. This way when you drape it over, you can put down stones, bricks, 2x4s. You could use paper clips, any kind of clip on the ag fabric or the plastic all the way down. And then when you need to get to certain places, you can unclip it, move the 2x4 or whatever, but you get the idea. You don't really want to come right to here, because if you're using it to extend your season, cold air can blow under there. If you're just using it for the ag fabric, maybe save some money and you could clip it down to here. The moth, the butterflies aren't going to fly under that. So just to recap, if you're using the agfabric, you do have some leeway with how far you come out. If you're doing this to extend the season with plastic, you really want that extra foot to weigh it down and keep everything warm. And how this works for extending your growing season is the earth is warm, you have the plastic on top, the warmth of the earth helps keep everything warmer, for lack of another word. Also, the sun will come in through the plastic and heat up this space. You do have to be very careful that if you're kind of transitioning from fall to later fall, beginning of the winter, if the temperatures outside get really to 60 degrees and it's sunny, you want to open up the end and let some air blow through, because it is possible that it gets too sunny, especially if it gets into the 70s. That heat will cook the leaves of your plant, so you just have to pay attention to that. But this is perfect for when you're getting into the beginning of winter or your falls get really cold. You could easily extend the season 4 to 6 weeks and grow all kinds of different things in there. Let me just take a walk down here. This one was the one we added, don't count that. But the spacing is just something like this. And you can design it however you want to fit the size of your garden. And you get the idea going all the way down. It's a real inexpensive way to build a low tunnel, sort of a cold frame, a hoop tunnel, really something that's lower to the ground. It's a lot easier for something lower to the ground to manage and keep the temperatures warm. When you get to a bigger hoop house or something larger, you have all that space in there and you have to be able to keep that warmer. So I like these really low tunnels for extending your growing season. Thanks so much for watching, and please check out my seed shop at therustedgarden.com and just use the ladder mesh to kind of design what you need to fit your garden.